welcome everybody to a brand new episode of Not Buzzing with Barca, but a brand new segment that we are releasing today. We are naming it hashtag One Take. It's going to replace Buzzing with Barca. Well, the idea is basically is the same thing, except that we've actually been hearing you guys' feedback and we have been making changes according to it. Number one, there's not going to be an official 5 minute timer because some topics take more time than the others. Number two, there's a kind of face reveal, and we are gonna have our faces on every episode, including jerseys. Maybe Pulkit here is rocking the last treble season jersey. Gabby here is rocking the Felipe Coutinho peak season jersey, and I'm rocking the Neymar peak season jersey. So yeah, guys, this is also gonna be a Christmas special. uh, Gabby is wearing a Santa Claus hat already. Initially, the
Yeah,
plan
I'm
was,
ready. I'm ready, guys.
yeah. Initially, the plan was all of us are gonna wear a Santa hat, but Pulkit doesn't have one, and I swear to God I had one, but as soon as we started to record the podcast, I lost it. But thankfully, I'm a pretty good video editor, so I'm gonna put a Santa Claus hat on Pulkit and my head right now. So yeah. A lot of topics to cover, obviously, and of course, this new segment, hashtag One Take, is also subject to you guys' feedback. So, yeah, let's just get started. Pulkit, what's up? What's going on in the last few days?
Things are good. Approaching Christmas tomorrow and New Year's, so just planning some parties. I might have to go to parties. That is not a single party. So excited for that. Then also just loving watching Barcelona play these days, aren't we? So yeah,
Yeah, more on that later, of course. And Gabby, what about
yeah.
you?
mm, so good. Just enjoying Christmas, and I'm enjoying as well this Barca because we completely changed our play style. I mean, we do a good pressure now. With Koeman, that was impossible because he didn't have any technique, so, tactic. Sorry, and
Yeah,
yeah, sorry, and what can I say? The only thing I think Barca have to improve is the defense because we are attacking so good. We need a clinical striker that scores the goals and everything, but we are generating chances. For example, against Sevilla, it was like 22 shots. It
Yeah,
yeah,
was it
wonderful.
was
The
crazy.
most
Yeah.
taken.
exactly.
Yeah.
So,
With
guys,
Kuma
yeah,
with Kuma we got one shot per game. So
yeah. To be honest, yeah, you both have a point. More on that later. But as we are approaching the end of the year, it's pretty unexpected in India, actually, the cold. India has been hit by a cold wave, and in Pulkit
Yeah,
City, Delhi, it's colder than some parts of Europe even. Last night, I think it had lower temperatures than Spain, where Gabby
yeah.
is right now. Yeah. So,
yeah,
pretty
here
much.
in Spain we have 20 degrees, so
Yeah,
probably they are lower.
if you have 20 degrees, then where I'm at right now, Calcutta is also colder than Spain. So yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
We're not used to this kind of weather. Uh,
yeah.
so let's hit it off by our opening topic, which is the end of the year vibes. So basically, last year, 2021, was a big year for Barca, not just in good things, because of course Laporta was appointed, Bartomeu was sacked, that's a good thing. And then we were hit by an incredibly sad event of Lionel Messi leaving. So I guess that cancels it out. But apart from that, we had some good talents rising like Pedri, Gavi, Nico. We sacked some people who weren't necessarily the best for the club, like Ronald Koeman and Elias Moriba, obviously. So
And the
yeah,
medical
guys,
staff as well.
yeah, exactly. So Pulkit, why don't
Yeah.
you continue on the topic?
Definitely, I think it has been a very tumultuous year for Barcelona. We've had a lot of things to deal with financially, players leaving, medical staff changing, coaching staff changing as well, the style of play and whatnot. And the rebuilding era has begun sooner rather than later. Um, and like a lot of people said, like Xavi might not be ready. And of course, there were not other managers who were touching our club with a 10-foot pole, like Roberto Martinez or Marcelo Gallardo, and the other names that we were linked with. Sorry. So it has been, like a topsy-turvy year for us, and I'm actually happy, end of the year vibes as we speak, that, we're moving in a direction, we are moving in some kind of direction towards the rebuild. We've signed young players like you mentioned, Gavi, Nico, Pedri, and others coming in as well. Ilias and Abde as well, out of thin air, rather, I should say. So really happy with how the recent performances, like also Gabby was mentioning. I'm gonna say your name Gavi by from time to time, man, in the pod, because
Yeah.
that's how I'm programmed. So, um, really, like we took 23 shots, like Gabi said, and against Elche as well. Although it was a rather hard second half, we were not that good defensively. We like took our foot off the gas, but we did manage to come back through Nico, and we are playing well. We just need that clinicability and also that calm and patience and that finesse in finishing, that will kind of bode well for us in the future. So really happy with it. What do you think, Gabi?
Uh, I think that was a year and a half of ups and downs. I mean, there was like we didn't start the year so well because of we lost the Super Cup, but we managed to win the Copa del Rey after Messi left. After that, we saw that Pedri, for example, is so good. He did a really great performance this year. As well, we started good the league, but maybe first two matches because the next was horrible, and now we are not even in Champions place. So I think the year was yes, ups and downs. I mean, we won Copa del Rey, Messi left, we have the Golden Boy, so I think that's a good I don't
And
know
what
how to
about
say.
Definitely.
the last match, Gavi? Elche, your local club, not the last actually, the one before the last. Your local club
Penalty.
Elche versus Barcelona. Who were you supporting actually?
No, I was
He was supporting Coutinho, man. He was supporting Coutinho because of his jersey.
yeah, because of the jersey. No,
Yeah.
I was supporting Barca because I think Elche has to win other type of matches. I think like Alaves or Osasuna or that kind of teams, not
Mm.
matches
Not
like
Barca.
Barca. Okay,
Yeah.
they have to win also Real Madrid, but
And
Of course.
Espanyol.
Once again.
last season they tied against Madrid, so it
Yeah.
wasn't bad.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so
That was
should
good.
we move on to the next topic, which is, of course, the
Definitely.
biggest piece of news right now? It's the Ferran Torres deal. As most of us must know by now, that Ferran Torres is officially going to be a Barca player soon. We are going to play 55 million plus 10 million in variables for him to Manchester City. And yes, it has both its positives and negatives. I, for one, think that 65 million, we overpaid a little bit for him, but it also means some good things because Ferran Torres is a very versatile player. He can play on both the right and left wing, and he can also play as a centre forward. He has that chemistry with the Spanish national team, with Pedri and all other Barcelona players. Also, his arrival means that we are not that dependent on Ousmane Dembele right now, who probably might or might not renew. More on that later. Uh,
Yeah.
but apart
Who
from
might be on
that,
his honeymoon, right?
yeah, yeah, he got married, so there's that. But there are ups and downs. So, what are you guys' opinion on it? So, Gabby, why don't you go first? Ferran Torres deal. What's your opinion?
Uh, I think he is a good player, a clinical striker. He's good, he's fast, he has also technique. He's so young, he's only 21 years old. So for me, it's I would think, but now he's injured. Okay, I think the injury, if I'm not
It's till
if
January
I'm not wrong,
2022. Yeah.
if in January, yes. Problem was a fracture, was a difficult injury, was hard for the player, but I think he's a good signing. I think a bit expensive because 55 million now for Barca is a bit so much money, I think. But we have to understand he's really good. And why are you laughing?
Because Pulkit is constantly adjusting his jersey to show it to the camera. Yeah, that's yeah. Go ahead.
No, but that's my point of view. I think he's good. He's only 21. He finishes so good. For example, he scored a hat trick against Germany with national team, and he had also such good performance. Even in the last conference, Pep Guardiola talked about him, and he said he is so good. He was so important last season as well. Okay, this season is not so important because he is injured, but I think he will. I don't know how to say. Sorry. I think he will be important for Barca. Yes,
Definitely. What about you, Pulkit?
Definitely agree with Kabi that it's expensive and given our financial situation, but you also have to see the current transfer market. Anything goes. Any player is sold for any amount of money. There's no control, nothing. FIFA, of course, have recently introduced the rule of 6% or 10% commission, which is yet to be finalized of the agents. So, incoming Haaland for Barca fans, no 40 million for Raiola. So not sure about that, but coming back to Ferran Torres, of course, it's a great signing. Now we have what 8 players potentially. If Nico also gets a call up, which he will, of course, in the Spain squad of Barcelona first team players. And if we sign Dani Olmo in the summer, it'll be 9 then. So really happy with that. Also, his chemistry with the Spanish Barcelona players, of course, is really good. He can come in off the right. He can play as a 9. His off the ball runs are really good. And I can just imagine Gavi and Pedri, even Nico, spotting those passes over the defensive line for Ferran Torres' runs, who has been and will be a great threat on goal for the opposition. So, really excited. Of course, Xavi wanted him, he pushed for him. And I hope that we don't get Cavani because he's always injured and he's, of course, aged as well. So we don't need, and I hope that we're able to sell Luke de Jong, man, the GOAT. So,
Well, yeah, Sevilla
and
won't oppose.
yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah.
No,
So
but
that's
never
my
never
point
for
basically. Yeah, definitely. I don't think Sevilla want him back because he's just not at all clinical in front of goal. But yeah,
Yeah,
excited for
exactly.
Ferran Torres. So yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
speaking of
never forget Koeman said Luke de Jong is better than
Neymar.
Neymar. So
yeah, in the air, in the air.
Yeah. In the air.
But yeah, speaking of Cavani, and we have heard another name of Azpilicueta, some players that Barcelona are looking
Hmm.
for as just a short-term investment. I mean, I wouldn't be completely against Cavani, but of course, you have points. It will all depend on what wages he wants, to be honest, because yeah,
It'll be a wage cut. Ferran
yeah, yeah,
Torres also comes in a wage, with the wage cut, and
yeah,
Cavani will as well come in with wage cut. But of course, sporting wise, I'm not sure. Azpilicueta, like you mentioned, of course, very experienced with Chelsea, won it all, done it all with the Blues. But again, he's only a short-term solution.
yeah,
There were also rumors about Delict coming to Barcelona because Raiola, as he monitors his players' future, spoke about Laporta and Raiola spoke about Delict together. That were the reports, and not sure if it's financially feasible, of course, with wages and his commissions as well. So we'll see what happens there. But
yeah.
I would rather go for a young defender than go for Azpilicueta for even for a short term. Yeah.
Well, speaking of young defenders, Gavi said in the last podcast as well about Mika and about how he should
yeah, I
be.
don't
Yeah.
understand. I understand why they want to pay money for a random defender of second division instead of
Mika.
try milk or something. I mean, they prefer to pay random money for a random defender of second division instead of I don't
Hmm.
know,
Yeah,
trying him.
Yeah.
He's
so
left foot and he was
exactly,
showing
Longley
he's so good.
replacement.
So
Longley replies.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Also,
which,
I think, yeah, go on.
yeah, Gabi looks a lot like Longley. Not gonna lie.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah.
He
I
looks
Yeah,
a
remember.
you're
lot
right.
like Longley. Especially, I
You're
think
right.
I think it's due to the mustache
Yeah,
style,
to this, yeah.
which
Yeah,
matches
yeah.
Yeah.
Longley.
I know, I know,
Otherwise,
I know, I know.
yeah.
That's not a
So,
good thing. I'm not sure.
If you
no,
say
no.
people say I look like Bellerin as well. If you see my hair.
Yeah, well, to
Maybe,
No,
maybe. Yeah.
you need my hair.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe.
Also, speaking of Longley, it's our next topic actually. The players who are leaving or we want to leave by the next window or the next window. The players leaving soon. Of course, the names just pop right into our heads. It's Longley, it's Umtiti, it's that guy. So yeah,
Yeah, it's Gavi,
Coutinho.
Pedri.
No,
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
Okay,
The man
okay.
on the back of Gavi's shirt,
Yeah,
Coutinho,
Felipe
Umtiti,
Coutinho.
Luke de Jong,
Yeah,
Serginho
Luke de
Dest,
Jong.
Yusuf Demir. Yeah.
Well, about that, there's also a player who we've heard is probably gonna leave. It's Serginho Dest, but not sure that we most of us want him gone because I, for
Yeah.
one, think he has a lot of potential. But
Yeah.
as far as the news is, Xavi doesn't count on him a lot, and maybe
Yeah.
we are gonna sell him. And of course, he's a great player. He's one of those who gets a lot of offers. Umtiti, Longley, people like them, however, are different gravy. So let's speak about them. So Pulkit, let's hear your thoughts.
Please,
Well,
Umtiti.
there's no surprise that Umtiti has
Must,
to leave the
must.
club. Yeah, must leave the club because I don't get why the reports always come in. He still thinks that he can turn the situation around. He still thinks that he can be a starter under Xavi. I mean, you remember which was the game? Was it the Elche game or maybe the one before that, wherein he almost scored an own goal. He was giving a pass to Ter Stegen when he
Yeah,
came
yeah,
on as a
yeah, yeah.
sub. Yeah, or
Yeah,
maybe he started that game. I don't remember exactly whether it was a substitute or he started that game. I don't remember, but yeah. So I don't think he has a place in the squad, man, and I really feel bad for him because unless he agrees to take a wage card, no club will want him. No
exactly.
club will want him.
Plus, he
Cannot demand a
also,
club.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go
Plus,
on,
he
go on.
also has demands, right? Him and Umtiti. Umtiti wants to play for a Champions League team,
Yeah, exactly.
which,
That's what I was
yeah,
getting earlier.
no, but
It
hear me
just
out,
can't
hear me out.
happen.
Yeah, hear
You
me
go to
out.
Can't
Besiktas,
happen.
so.
Barcelona is in Europa right now, which means Umtiti should leave.
Yeah, man.
That means
That's
Umtiti should
radical.
leave. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, his demands are unrealistic to his form and fitness. He has to make
yeah,
compromises if he wants to
Guys,
continue playing. So
I
exactly.
that's the
can't
thing.
remember.
Yeah, go on,
Go on,
Gabi.
Gabi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't remember a good match of Umtiti in the last 3 years.
Yeah,
So
even
that's
Yeah.
in the
enough.
last
I
match
think
Umtiti played,
that's enough.
he falls down. He falls down every match, 2 to 3 times. He just falls down. Marco and I spoke about this on the post-match reviews on Spotify,
Mm.
which we didn't cover the last 2 matches due to unprecedented reasons. So yeah, exactly. You wouldn't expect a player who just a few months ago approached the president of the club, cried in front of him publicly, promised that
Tears in his eyes,
yeah,
man.
I have a personal trainer right now. I will come back just as good I was. Like, man, I get it. You were a great player. You won the World Cup with France and you were a key player for them. I get it. You were great. But right now, you have to be realistic, like Koman said.
Yeah.
You have to be realistic about what your current form is. And after that, he comes to the
He
field and he falls down. He could have stopped the second goal that we conceded in our last loss, the last match Umtiti played. He could have easily stopped the second goal. So
Yeah.
he didn't even extend his leg. He just had to extend his leg with purpose. It was just a half-assed attempt. Like, yeah. So go on, Gabi. It's your turn.
Yeah,
Have
no,
at it.
he was Umtiti. What can I say about Umtiti? I can remember a good match of him in the last 3 years. I think he's not being realistic. He's living yet in 2018. So I think he's living there too. Yet.
Yeah.
So of course, if he recovers that form, he is top three center backs in the world, but I think what happened. So he must leave as soon as possible to liberate the wages. Is the most important. He gets 12 million.
Yeah, a
He
lot.
gets 12 million.
Yeah, I think
That's
so.
crazy.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
enormous
That's
wages.
the most important. That's the most important. He is not playing well. His attitude. I don't know.
Yeah, speaking of his attitude,
He seems
actually.
like yes, but after in the matches he didn't show anything. So
Yeah, actually, speaking of his attitude, before he always, sorry for the background noise. Well, before he always used to say that there's a lot of things going on in the background that the fans don't know. A few days ago, he was stopped by a fan outside Camp Nou who screamed at him that you don't know what respect is. Well, now I'm gonna say that all this time he used to use the, what do I say, the excuse that he wants to play for a Champions League playing club, etc., etc. He wants to play for a big club. Well, now Barca is a Europa League club, so what are you waiting for? It's the wages.
yeah, man.
It's obviously the wages. Who are you lying to? Who are you lying to? So these kinds of things, of course, we are not stupid. We can look
The
through what
same
you
is with
say.
Coutinho as well. You know,
Mate,
Coutinho
Yeah.
is the highest earner of the team, and Coutinho is not willing to take a wage card. He denied a wage card apparently, according to reports in Spain, when other players were taking a wage card because of COVID. Coutinho and Umtiti did not take a wage card, or maybe the club could not reach an agreement with those players and their agents. So Coutinho is
Exactly.
another similar situation. Of course, he does not have those kind of injury issues like Umtiti, but he just does not fit our team.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mate, if he wants to play in a Champions League team, he can sign for Sheriff.
Yeah,
That's
of
good.
course. Great. So yeah,
Umtiti to Sheriff.
yep, Umtiti to
Yeah.
Sheriff and Coutinho to Newcastle. Make it happen. So moving on to the next topic, which is the Dembele renewal. So nothing concrete as of yet. It's just speculations, both from the players and both from the club's end. Dembele conveniently hides behind the excuse that my agent doesn't agree with the club. Well, this is what I don't get with the players and agent situation. We saw even with Elias Moriba, he used to post on Instagram that people don't know what is happening in the background and they are quick to judge.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he just basically unofficially pointed out everything that my agent is at fault and my parents are at fault. His family apparently put pressure on him that he wouldn't take a wage cut. And right now he is in Leipzig and he's saying that, well, leaving Barcelona was a grave mistake and I want to go back. Well, of course, we won't take him back.
According to media.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Well, we obviously won't take him back, but here is what I have to say about this, both about him and Dembele. Well, you are the one who is employing the agent, right? Your agent isn't employing you. If you really want to play for the club, you go and tell your agent that, hey, I'm the boss, you are supposed to work for me, and I know you probably want everything to be for my best interests, but right now I'm a grown man and I think that my best interests lie in playing for Barcelona. Like, exactly, you cannot just hide behind the excuse that my agent isn't agreeing. And his agent, what a hilarious man, he just went
Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
Musa Sissoko.
Yeah, Dembele is a potential Ballon d'Or winner. Respect him. You can't demand respect. You have to earn respect.
And Dembele is better.
Yeah, Gavi, please go first.
Dembele is better than Mbappé. Laporte said so.
Yeah.
I can't say anything. If Laporte says.
Well, to any non-Barcelona fan watching this video, we earnestly apologize for our president's statement. We do not agree with him. We don't.
Yeah.
We really apologize, guys.
You know, all things aside, I don't. For me, this is my personal opinion. I do not want Dembele staying here in the club only because of his inconsistency and his fitness issues. That's it. I have no personal things or anything against him. Just because he's inconsistent. He has taken the most shots, I think, in the last game against Sevilla. He was one of the very, very key players. like Kai also mentioned in our group discussion. But
And he gets
I
so much
just
money.
don't. Yeah, I don't want Dembele to be another Umtiti. You get my point. That with constant injuries and fitness issues and or out of form with huge wages,
Used to be
who
world
are
class, but now you can
yeah,
see.
yeah. Exactly. I I do not have a good feeling about this. I mean, I do not want him to be another Umtiti kind of situation. What do you think, Gabi?
Uh, I want to I want to say that for I don't know why, but French player French players doesn't work on Barca. I don't know why,
I
but
have the
it's
same. I thought I was
happening.
the only one. I thought I was the
It's
only one.
happening. Luke
Yeah,
Lenglet,
man.
Yes,
Umtiti,
Yeah, man.
Dembele, Griezmann.
Longley.
Uh,
And I'm so happy. I'm so happy that we did not get Paul Pogba. Xavi was the one
yeah,
who stopped that transfer. I am so
another
happy.
flop.
Yeah.
Well, I
I
don't
mean,
indulge in
and yeah.
racism, so I won't say anything about this. I'm pretty sure in history, probably we had one or two good French players. Maybe Marco would be able to provide insight. But yes, speaking of
Yeah.
recent history, no,
Turam,
Man. Thierry Henry.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Henry is the
Yeah.
only one I think.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah, of course.
Probably.
Well, a player like him is actually way beyond the borders of nationality, to be honest. He's an exceptional
Yeah,
talent. Yeah.
definitely.
So,
Yeah.
maybe
Move
we
on.
should move on to the next topic, which is
Yeah.
MVP of the last year. Well, there are a few names that come up like Messi, Laporta, Alemany, and of course the Golden Boy Pedri. Uh, I, for me, I think it's Messi and Pedri. They are the MVPs of 2021. Firstly, Pedri with his insane work rate, probably unprecedented. First time in history a player at such a young age has had that kind of work rate. Of course, there were some adverse effects of that, but
Yeah,
so
yeah.
which
Over
he's suffering.
70 games per club and country.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, which he's suffering from right now.
Yeah.
But yes, Messi and Pedri, they were the two MVPs for me. And Messi, of course, after Messi left, we understood how bad of a team Barcelona is. Because it
Yeah.
takes, yeah,
He's still the highest
We're
scorer in
missing
La Liga,
him.
man.
yeah, he
Yeah.
even right now for the entire 2021, he's the highest goal scorer for Barcelona, and by quite a margin. By quite a
Yeah.
margin, he's the
Guys,
highest goal
but
scorer.
I think anyway, Messi is not doing things well on PSG. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know why
because PSG is a bad team.
he had a shit team here,
Yeah,
and he played so good, scoring 40 goals per season. He goes
yeah.
there with Mbappe, Neymar, and everyone, and he's not having a good
Well,
season. So
well, let's
that's
just
quite
say,
strange.
yeah, let's just say Pochettino is worse than Koeman, if we're being honest. There's no
Yeah,
tactics of
Pochettino
that team.
is
I think
horrible.
no, I think it's not Pochettino. I think he's a good coach. I think it's PSG and their, the sporting area, Leonardo and Nasir Al Khalifi and all the environment around the club. I think and the locker room. Like
Yeah,
PSG is
very
a club that is,
egoistic.
I think, governed by the locker room. But let's not talk about another club in our
Yeah,
podcast. So that's the issue. So yeah.
yeah.
Some people think they can win Real Madrid on Champions League. I
No,
think
no way.
no,
If
no
they
way.
do, no, if they do, it's
That won't
purely due to
happen.
Messi. It is gonna be purely due to Messi because
Definitely,
he's just
definitely.
inhuman. With
I actually
Messi,
feel bad for him, man. I
yeah,
feel bad for
with
him
Messi,
being in
I'm pretty
PSG.
sure if Messi was in our club right now, we would still be in the Champions League, and
Yeah,
Yeah,
we would have beaten Bayern in one of the legs at least.
yeah.
yeah. At
I'm
the
pretty
Camp Nou, at
sure.
least he would have.
And
Yeah,
PSG,
And
I think that I don't know. Messi should come back home
yeah,
now.
of course,
I
we're
think
all
he'll
waiting on that.
retire. Yeah, I think he'll retire one season playing in Barca, and then
Yeah,
he'll retire. Maybe after the World Cup or something like that. But it remains to be seen. So for me, I think the MVP will be Alemany because of the transfers that we've made. Of course, I feel bad that Rafael Yuste is not there anymore. He was the one who scouted Pedri and Abde and other young talents for us. Very good, sporting person that we kind of lost. Himself decided to resign. So I think your Cruyff and Xavi took that role over. But Alemany made, of course, Ferran Torres happen. He was involved very well in the reducing of the wage bill, and hopefully, he'll bring in further greater signings as well. Of course, everyone wants Haaland to be here
Yeah,
because Mbappe will go to Real Madrid. So, and I think commercially for La Liga also, it makes a lot of sense. because of the after the Messi Ronaldo leaving Spain, viewership, of course, at least in Southeast Asia, has lessened like crazy. Sagnik and I know very well about that. So
Yeah.
I think Alimony for me is the MVP. What about you, Gabi?
Yeah. You talk
Gavi.
about Abde. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with Abde. So I mean,
Yeah,
he's so
definitely,
electric.
definitely. Yeah,
He came from the Barca, not even Barca B. He
no,
came
he was
from
in Hercules, I think,
yeah. That's
or
why,
Huesca,
and I'm
or
impressed with
Huesca.
him. I mean, he's so electric, so
Yeah,
fast.
yeah, yeah,
I wasn't expecting he is this fast. No,
definitely.
no, he
He's either
Well,
from Hercules or Huesca. I'm not sure.
well,
Either of the two
he
clubs.
used to idolize Neymar in his early childhood. That's what I've heard.
Yeah, and
So,
for happy for him, he'll be off to Morocco for the Afcon. But he'll,
yeah,
depending on how far Morocco go in the competition, he'll be out until maximum Feb 6th. So yeah,
yeah
exactly.
he needs to improve the finishing.
Yeah,
yeah,
That's
definitely agreed on
that's
that.
the point.
Completely
That's the
agree on that.
point because he
Yeah,
dribble is fine. He is
yeah,
fast, so
yeah,
fast, but
yeah,
his finishing is poor.
exactly. Very
yeah,
poor. And also, we have to address the man, the president, Joan Laporta. Within 3 months
yeah.
of his term, he actually converted the financial situation in such a way that we
Definitely,
actually started to have a positive cash flow instead of the massive negative cash flow in the Bartomeu era. And of course, everything that is happening right now is due to the main man, Laporta. Of course, the Messi deal didn't go as he had planned, but he had zero fault in it. And yes, Joan Laporta, he's the leader of another new rising of Barcelona. One thing, just
yeah,
one thing I think he did wrong is he should have sacked Koeman earlier. But I think there were some emotional things at play there because him and Koeman, they go way back. And yeah, well, Koeman, of course, loves the
definitely.
club. I think both of them actually thought that Koeman, they had the best of intentions. That's what I want to say. So yeah, technically, yeah, these four are probably the MVPs. Yeah,
Hmm.
these four.
Recently, you saw on Twitter, like a fan asked Laporta when he was, I think, going in and
Yeah,
getting out of his car, that when will you sign Haaland, or is it possible to sign Haaland? And he said everything is going well, and I think he gave gave a thumbs up as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, so let's see what that happens.
About the Messi renewal, I want to say if I think if Laporta couldn't renew him is because was impossible
Exactly,
because
exactly.
of the financial
Hmm.
situation.
Also,
I
yeah, yeah. Go ahead, finish.
no. I already finished.
Okay, and also, I think the main reason why Laporta mis quote unquote misled the fans into believing that it was possible is because he was playing mind games with Javier Tebas. Because of course, Messi, such a big
Yeah,
name like Messi, of course, Laporta thought that if he maintained this kind of political image and it was all politics, maybe Javier Tebas would nudge the rules, flex the rules a little bit to somehow accommodate a big name like Messi. Because of course, like what do I say, in Southeast Asia, especially in India, like 70-80% of Barcelona fans were actually just Messi fans who were watching Barcelona. So, and
Definitely,
for
definitely.
a huge population like India, so that's a huge damage. But
Similarly with
Tebas,
Real Madrid and Ronaldo in
exactly,
India.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Javier
yeah. Tebas is the
Tebas,
worst
yeah,
president.
Tebas hates Barcelona more than he loves La Liga. That's the fact at the end of the
That's
day.
a way
That's
to
the
put
fact,
it.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the
yeah,
fact at the end of the day because Messi is big. Any league would do anything to have him in it. Huge
yeah,
revenue. So anyway,
yeah.
moving on to the next topic, which is
Hmm.
improvement under Xavi. Of course, there has been tons and tons of improvement. Well, now I'm gonna just dissect what I said a little bit because eventually, just a few matches pre Bayern match, we started underperforming, and even right now we aren't underperforming to that extent. But even right now we are underperforming a little bit in context to the conversion of goals. Well, you cannot necessarily blame him because he hasn't had a transfer window under him. He hasn't had the players he wants. But apart from that, finally, after the Koeman era, after the Valverde era, actually, first time I saw good football. Well, Valverde era was mediocre football, but after that it was just poor football. especially under Ronald Koeman, there was nothing. It was just crosses in from the left, and Xavi
Yeah.
came and almost changed that overnight. We started maintaining structures, we started maintaining possession,
More
we started
direct also.
exactly, we started attacking
Unless
with
we
an
will.
with an intent. We started attacking with an intent. We had a game plan, everything, a kind of mastermind. He doesn't sit down. He constantly instructs his players from the sidelines. Everything I have to say
Yeah.
about him is great. So, Pulkit, what is your opinion on?
Yeah, I agree with you on all fronts, man. I think we're only going to go up from here. The fact that he trusts La Masia players, the fact that he has given debut to so many players, and Ferran Jutla, I mean, out of thin air, Abde out of thin air, Ilyas out of thin air, all these players, and more to come. Of course, we'd speak about Jandro, Mika, and others as well. Balde also, we thought that might not play under Xavi and might be sold and everything, but slowly and steadily, I think he's getting few minutes here and there, and I think he can establish himself in a few months. I think I feel the same about Dest also. I think it'll be rushed to sell him in January. We can probably see until the summer. If he
Well,
improves, we keep him, and if he doesn't
I'm
improve, then we
actually,
can sell him.
yeah, I'm actually a little bit tensed about the fullback situation. Alba, of course, is easily the top three left backs in the world
Yeah.
right now. And for the right back situation, we do have Dani Alves, but you cannot, at his age, you cannot
Definitely.
expect
Week
him
in,
to
week out,
play.
we can't
Yeah,
rely.
exactly.
Yeah.
Serginho Dest, we are
So
selling. Oscar Mingueza, Ronald Araujo, they can play at right back, but they aren't necessarily the best at
they
right
shouldn't.
back. Yeah,
They
they
shouldn't.
shouldn't. Yeah, exactly.
Araujo basically is Araujo is good at right back, but he's even better at centre back.
Exactly.
So let's
Also,
keep him there.
also we've
Yeah.
seen Oscar Mingueza play at left back. We haven't seen
Yeah.
Balde play at left back. Oscar Mingueza plays horrible at left back. Balde apparently Xavi doesn't trust that much. Probably that's why he's not getting minutes.
Maybe,
Well,
maybe.
yeah, we have heard rumors about Ferran Torres, which materialized. We have heard rumors about Cavani. We've heard rumors about Azpilicueta, who is a right back who will probably come to Barca. But of course,
And the Ajax right back, I forgot the name.
Mazraoui. Mazraoui.
Yeah. Mazraoui. He was out of contract in the summer.
In summer, not in January.
Azpilicueta is good and free, so
Mazraoui
not
is
bad.
great. Mazraoui is great.
Even one thing, because we have such good relationships with the Ajax, even if we want him in January, maybe Erik Ten Hag needs him for the Champions League and everything. So they might not let him go. But if I think we pay the right price, because he'll be cheaper because of his contract running out and the good relations with Ajax. So I think we can get him in Jan, although we have no news to support this statement whatsoever.
Exactly.
But I think we'll go for him in the summer, and there were reports that he has desired to play for Barca in the summer. So I think that's a good addition. And he was, by the way, guys, he was the backup to Serginho Dest at Ajax. Now he has gained prominence. So yeah.
Of course, and Cesar Azpilicueta, who is not a long-term solution, but all these names are for the right back position. What about left back? Eric Balde,
There's no one.
Trust. Yeah, we aren't even hearing any rumors, so that's just a little part I'm tensed about, because other positions, frankly, we have it covered. Number 9, we are associated with a lot of names. Ferran Torres is already here. Memphis can play as a number 9 if he wants. Not a pure 9, but he can play as a center forward. But left back, there is just full, full dependence on Alba. Even for the central midfielder role, well, the best is Busquets, but we do have a backup option if we need in Frenkie de Jong and
Nico.
Yeah, who are not as good as Busquets at CDM, but they can play well. They can even play well.
Because they're not natural DMs, man. They're not natural DMs, man. Because I was talking about this with Kai also, that I asked him that, who will replace Busquets in the long term? It's either Nico or Frenkie. Yeah. So I don't know about Jandro because I haven't seen him play that much. But about Nico and Frenkie, I think what will happen. That Kai pointed out that the midfield, the DM role itself will evolve because there is no replacement for Busquets. Sorry. So like you see currently, Frankie and Nico, even Gavi, they are more of box to box. They do a bit of everything in the middle of the park, right? And they score goals, they assist, they do the defensive work, the attacking, they run in behind the defense, they look for passes towards players who run in behind the defense. So they do everything there is to do in the midfield. I think that will what will happen. That's what will happen under Xavi. That the DM role in itself will evolve. That kind of maybe it's a double pivot, either or either it's basically all the three players doing a bit of everything. So that's what will happen, because there is everyone knows that in the world of football that there is no replacement for Sergio Busquets.
Exactly. This is a very interesting topic, which of course we'll cover
Yeah,
more when Kai is actually
yeah,
with
yeah.
us in a future
Yeah.
podcast.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but Sergio Busquets' profile is harder to replace than Xavi and Iniesta because how rare it is.
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely, definitely.
Finally.
So, Gabby, you wanna say anything, or should we move on to the next topic, improvement
Uh,
under Xavi?
yeah, I can say that, for example, Xavi, it's applying a good pressure. That's so important for me, and pressure on the high part of the pitch. That's so important. Um, I don't know. The team looks different. There's no the same. I don't know how to say.
The mentality is different, I think you mean.
Yeah, mentality is different. Yes, and also the environment on the closest. I don't know how to say. Sorry, but yes, for me, so the improvement is clear. Xavi is doing well, and we just have to give him time. He's here.
Trust
Trust the
the process.
processes. Exactly.
He
Trust the process.
Yes, he's yeah. He's here 1 month. That's nothing. No transfers windows. Nothing. The other coaches were shit. Sorry for, but Kuma was awful. Valverde, okay, but almost we win the league. That's true. But
We only lost three league games under Valverde's 2-year tenure. We only lost 3 games in the league.
Which is
yeah,
very.
but because of the
But he didn't
players,
play.
we
Yeah.
had Suarez,
Yeah,
we had Messi,
yeah,
we
definitely.
had
That was
such
because of
good
individual
players.
talent. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So for me, the improvement is clear.
So yeah, of
Nice.
course. Just trust the process. Speaking of which, we talked a lot about the transfers of different positions. What about Ter Stegen? Do you guys still trust him, or is it time for a replacement?
I read reports
Mm,
that he was playing with some knee discomfort or something. I don't know exactly
Yeah, yeah,
what
yeah.
kind of discomfort it was, because of which he's not able to dive properly or something, and because of which there have been goals leaked. But because he is, of course, one of the best keepers, he has bailed us out a lot under Koeman and Valverde. Even though he might have had a dip in form, Xavi was also asked about this in the pre-match press conference that I was covering with Sevilla. I was on Barca TV Plus covering it, writing article about it. So um, he said that it's okay to make mistakes. Everyone goes through this phase, and I trust Ter Stegen, is what Xavi
yeah,
said,
Well, if Xavi
I
paraphrasing.
trusts him,
I
yeah.
trust
So
him
yeah,
as well, but for me,
yeah,
he's so relaxed. I mean, there's no any other keeper than
yeah. He's very
keeper.
calm.
Yeah, he's very comfortable in the
Mm,
goalkeeper place in Barcelona right now.
mm.
So I think we need as well someone that can fight for the position with him
Arnaut Tenas
to
is the
to
name.
give
Yeah.
to give motivation to him, because right
Yeah.
now he doesn't have competence on the
Yeah.
Yeah.
team.
Basically, because Iñaki Peña will leave on loan in January. I think that, and Collado has already left to, I think, Granada. It is.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah. So I think Arnau Tenas, given he's one of the best young La Masia talents. I think he's the one who replaces Ter Stegen for the long term. He's a ball-playing goalkeeper. He's, I think, in the Spain under 21, under 19. I'm not sure which one, or under 23. Some under age team, Spain team he starts for, and I think that's the case. So I think he is the long-term replacement for testing.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
interesting. And yeah, it's basically clear. And moving on to our final topic, which is expectations for 2022. I'll go first.
Mm.
Well, winning the Europa and securing a spot back to Champions League.
Top four. Top four, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I won't
Rebuilding the
talk about
squad.
this.
Okay, okay. He's afraid of jinxing it, I think. Uh, a fit season for Ansu Fati. Uh, what else? Yeah, a fit season for Pedri as well. Frankie de Jong regaining his initial form.
Vibes.
And
Mm.
yeah, that's pretty much it. Rebuilding the squad, most importantly. And of course, providing real competition in La Liga because once the two transfer windows are gone, I don't think there is any excuse for the team to not perform. I think this 8-2 was the rock bottom, and ever since then we have gone upwards, I think. So, yes, that's pretty much what I have to say. Also, Memphis, I'm not sure if he's the right fit for the club. I mean, of course, he can train harder, he can be more clinical, that he can improve his possession on the ball. That way, he can be a very reliable player for Barcelona. Hopefully, that happens as well. So that's pretty much it. What my expectations are for 2022. Gabby, what about you?
Yeah, yeah. I think, for example, you said about Memphis. I think he didn't have too much time to show with Xavi. I mean, not. He was with Koeman. If you watch, for example, Netherlands games, he's playing so different. He's clinical, and I don't know why, but he plays quite different than Barcelona. Anyway, he hasn't played many games with Xavi, so I can't form an opinion about him yet because I only saw him several matches, but with Koeman as coach. So I need some more matches with Xavi to say if he is um, the player for Barca or not. You know what I mean? And I expect for 2022, I expect that we get Champions place, please. I don't want to be on Europa League. Um, I don't really care if we win Europa League. To be honest, I will be supporting Barca. Okay, that's for sure. But I don't know. I'm not so excited about it. Don't want to say, but I expect a really good improvement on the 2022, and I expect next year to be fighting for the Champions League.
Yeah, okay, of course. And Pulkit, what about you?
I think I agree with you. Top four is a must for us. Europa League, also a chance to qualify for the Champions League, of course, if we win that. Um, and I think for me, most is that we constantly improve under Xavi in terms of our style of play. And players like Nico, Gavi, Abde get promoted to the first team, and our financial situation gets better. For me, I think that's the most important thing. Constant improvements in our style of play, constant improvements in our performances week in, week out, and to play a very balanced and the best 11 on the field.
Yeah, okay,
I want
great.
that exciting football to kind of come back.
Exactly, exactly. So, let's hope Barcelona is taking notes for its New Year's resolutions. And same for
Yeah,
you guys. Merry Christmas because this video is going to be launched on Christmas Day. Hope you guys have a great
yeah,
time and Happy New Year in advance. So, yeah, keep supporting the club, keep supporting our
Please.
page and our channel. Subscribe if you're new.
mm,
And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave your feedback or any
yeah,
questions that you have in the comments because we might start a Q&A segment every episode. So thanks guys, thanks for watching. This was the first
definitely.
episode of the new
Thank
series
you.
One Take. Forza Barça, Vikael
Yeah,
Barça. We'll see you
yeah.
in the next
Happy New Year,
episode.
guys. Merry Christmas. Take care, guys. Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you, guys. Goodbye.
Goodbye.